Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev.
Aina pining mapigit mo kay Dogyana. Susan.
Hare Krishna, Leela Manjari or Mohini, Mataji. I'm just wondering, will we be having class today or not?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I'm waiting for class.
You
Then I
too.
think something.
Yeah. I don't know. I see that Leela Manjari is on, but she's a participant, but I don't hear her or see her. So I don't know if we should read or not.
Let me then start something.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. I didn't quite understand what you said.
No, we wait.
Wait, it's 5:23. It's very late. Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mataji, for praying.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you going to get off now? Kind of late?
No, I'll be here.
You're going to just wait? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to read?
No, I don't want to do anything. I just only listening.
You're only listening? Here's 37. I'm just wondering if we should just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Should we?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I guess we can start with the prayers.
Okay.
Okay. Om Jnana Tiranandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakso Militanyena Jaisma Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistan Stapitanyena Bhutale Svayan Rupa Kadarmayan Patantikam Panchakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today's verses are let's see, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 6, verses 37 through 39. Okay. Upavistam darhanmayam prishyam brahma sanatanam naradaya pravokchantam prichate srin patam sadam. Translation. He was seated on a straw mattress and speaking to all present, including the great sage Narada, to whom he specifically spoke about the absolute truth. Let me see, make sure that I'm on the right. Okay. The Lord was sitting on a mattress of straw because such a sitting place is accepted by persons who are practicing austerities to gain understanding of the absolute truth. In this verse, it is specifically mentioned that he was speaking to the great sage Narada, a celebrated devotee. Narada was asking Lord Shiva about devotional service, and Shiva, being the topmost Vaishnava, was instructing him. In other words, Lord Shiva and Narada were discussing the knowledge of the Veda, but it is to be understood that the subject matter was devotional service. Another point in this connection is that Lord Shiva is the supreme instructor and the great sage Narada is the supreme audience. Therefore, the supreme subject matter of Vedic knowledge is bhakti, or devotional service. 38. Kritvura dakshini savyam pada padman cha Januni Biham Prakoshte Laksamalam Asinantarka Mudraya. His left leg was placed on his right thigh, and his left hand was placed on his left thigh. This sitting posture is called Virasana. In his right hand he held Rudraksha beads, and his finger was in the mode of argument. Purport. The sitting posture described herein is called Virasana, according to the system of Astanga Yoga performances. In the performance of yoga, there are 8 divisions, such as Yama and Niyama: controlling, following the rules and regulations, then practicing the sitting postures, etc. Besides Virasana, there are other sitting postures, such as Padmasana and Siddhasana. Practice of these asanas without elevating oneself to the position of realizing the Supersoul, Vishnu, is not the perfectional stage of yoga. Lord Shiva is called Yogishvara, the master of all yogis, and Krishna is called Yogeshvara. Yogishvara indicates that no one can surpass the yoga practice of Lord Shiva, and Yogeshvara indicates that no one can surpass the yoga perfection of Krishna. Another significant word is Tarka Mudra. That indicates that the fingers are opened and the second finger is raised along with the arm to impress the audience with some subject matter. This is actually a symbolic representation. 39. Okay, this is changing the melody. Let me just think of how. Tam Brahma Nirvana Sadham Hish Ashritan Vyaparashritam Girisham Yoga Kaksham Shaloka Pala Manayom Manumam Adyan Manum Pranjalaya Pranimuhu. Not very good, sorry. Translation. All the sages and demigods, headed by Indra, offered their respectful obeisances unto Lord Shiva with folded hands. Lord Shiva was dressed in saffron garments and absorbed in trance, thus appearing in the foremost of all sages. Purport. In this verse, the word Brahmananda is significant. The Brahmananda or Brahma Nirvana is explained by Prahlad Maharaj. When one is completely absorbed in the Adhokshaza, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond the sense perception of materialistic persons, one is situated in Brahmananda. It is impossible to conceive of the existence, name, form, quality, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he is transcendentally situated beyond the conception of materialistic persons. Because materialists cannot imagine or conceive of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they may think that God is dead, but factually he is always existing in his Satchit Ananda Vigraha, his eternal form. Constant meditation concentrated on the form of the Lord is called samadhi, ecstasy or trance. Samadhi means particularly concentrated attention. So one who has achieved the qualification of always meditating on the personality of Godhead is to be understood to be always in trance and enjoying Brahma Nirvana or Brahmananda. Lord Shiva exhibited those symptoms, and therefore it is stated that he was absorbed in Brahmananda. Another significant word is Yoga Kaksham. Yoga Kaksha is the sitting posture in which the left thigh is fixed under one's tightly knotted saffron-colored garment. Also, the words manunam, adyam, are significant here because they mean a philosopher or one who is thoughtful and can think very nicely. Such a man is called Manu. Lord Shiva is described in this verse as the chief of all thinkers. Lord Shiva, of course, does not engage in useless mental speculation, but as stated in the previous verse, he is always thoughtful regarding how to deliver the demons from their fallen condition of life. It is said that during the advent of Lord Chaitanya, Sadashiva appeared as Advaita Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu's chief concern was to elevate. Oh my gosh, I'm reading the wrong one, I think. Okay. And Advaita Prabhu's chief concern was to elevate the fallen conditioned souls to the platform of devotional service to Lord Krishna. Since people were engaged in useless occupations which would continue the material existence, Lord Shiva, in the form of Lord Advaita, appeared to the Supreme Lord to appear as Lord Chaitanya to deliver these illusion souls. Actually, Lord Chaitanya appeared on the request of Lord Advaita. Similarly, Lord Shiva has a sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya. He is always thinking about the deliverance of the fallen souls, as exhibited by Lord Advaita at Prabhu. So here we are. I need to get back. I was not here yesterday, but it looks like I just need to go back just a little bit just to get a little. Lord Shiva is being described at this point. He is, I'm not sure exactly where he is. Okay, well, Lord Shiva is to be known. He was sitting under a tree, and he was talking to the people. And around him were saintly persons like Kuvera and the four Kumaras. And Lord Shiva, being that he's a master of the senses, knowledge, fruit of activities, and on the path of achieving perfection. So he's sitting there surrounded by saintly people on a deerskin, practicing austerity. He was covered with ashes, and on his hair was the sign of a half moon. So that brings us, I believe, to he was on a straw mattress speaking to Narada, and he was speaking about the subject of the absolute truth. And that brings us to today, where the sitting position of Lord Shiva was described as his left leg was on his right thigh and his left hand was on his left thigh. And this sitting posture is called Virasana. And his hands were in a arrangement which would be called in the mode of argument. This Virasana is within the Stanga Yoga performances, and they are, Virasana means that it's a sitting position, and practice within these asanas helps bring one to the realization of the super soul. But it is not at the perfectional stage of yoga. They are people who are practicing these asanas are meditating on the super soul within, but not on Krishna proper. And a description of what Lord Shiva can be called is Yogeshvara, and Lord Krishna is Yogeshvara, and there's just a very slight difference in the spelling, pronunciation, but a big difference in the meaning is Yogeshvara, which is Lord Shiva, he is the master of the yogis, where Krishna, Yogeshvara, it is said that no one can surpass the yogic perfection of Krishna. It says also the fingers being open and the second finger being raised. It's to impress the audience with subject matter. So it's a way to actually, punctuate to say that this is important subject matter. And finally, in 39, the last verse, they had all the sages, the demigods, Indra, all of those saintly people. They paid obeisances to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, he was dressed in saffron. He was absorbed in trance and appeared to be the foremost of all sages. So the word Brahmananda is explained in the purport, being that when someone is completely absorbed in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of course the Supreme Person is beyond sense perception of materialistic persons, he's in Brahmananda. Materialistic persons cannot conceive of the existence, name, form, quality, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because many times they may think that God is dead, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is dead, but actually he is always existing in his Satchitananda Vigraha, his eternal form of existence, consciousness, and bliss. So when one is in constant meditation on the form of the Lord, it's called samadhi, ecstasy or trance. So when one is in samadhi, he has concentrated attention on the personality of Godhead. And then another word, yoga kaksham, is also explained. It's the sitting position where the left thigh is fixed under one's tightly knotted saffron-colored garment. Lord Shiva is described as Manunam Adyam, meaning that being a philosopher or someone who is very thoughtful. And such a man is called Manu. And Lord Shiva is considered to be the chief of all thinkers. He does not engage in useless mental speculation, but he's always thinking of how to deliver the demons from their fallen condition of life. Lord Shiva typically will what happens is he will, when someone approaches Lord Shiva and actually is more advanced, because typically lots of his followers are in the mode of ignorance. And they, a lot of his followers will smoke and do drugs and all this type of stuff. But when one is following Lord Shiva and has surpassed this mode of ignorance, or at least is not totally immersed in it, Lord Shiva will actually pass that devotee, his devotee, on over to Lord Vishnu. And so he is one of the greatest of all devotees. And being so, when he sees someone who's suited to worship the Lord Shri Krishna, he will pass them on over to Lord Krishna. He's always in samadhi. He's always in thinking, deep concentrated trance of the Lord. His love for the Lord is beyond compare. And so during the advent of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Shiva, he appeared as Advaita Prabhu. And we know that Advaita Prabhu was very concerned about the condition of people at the time. He would pray nonstop, asking for Lord Shri Krishna to descend and help the people because of the fallen position of all the people. And so it says here that Shiva, appearing as Advaita, makes that call, makes that prayer to Lord Vishnu. Okay, so we are to remember that Lord Chaitanya, he appears at the request of Lord Advaita, who is essentially Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva also has his own sampradaya. It's called the Rudra Sampradaya. And he also is always thinking about the deliverance of the fallen souls, such as Lord Advaita Prabhu is in that pastime. So that's pretty much what I have, given that I wasn't here yesterday and didn't prepare at all for this. I think that what's most important to understand out of this is that Lord Shiva is a very exalted personality who cares very deeply for the fallen, conditioned souls, and respect is due him. And we're to learn from his example. So Mataji, did you want to say something? Did you want to say anything with regards to what I just read? Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna.
How are you doing? I believe you have 2 daughters? You have 2 daughters or 1 daughter?
You talk.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Nobody else is here. Do you have 2 daughters or just 1 daughter? I can't remember.
1 daughter only.
Anjali. Is it Anjali?
Yes, Mata.
Yeah. How is she doing? Is she still in Chicago, or did she, what is she, about 22 now? 21?
No. 25, Mataji.
25. Oh, she's my daughter's age then. Yeah, is she still in Chicago or has she moved away?
Yeah, she's with me.
She lives with you? Oh, that's very nice. Good, good.
Yeah, she's
How are you?
Mataji.
You're doing okay?
Yeah, Mataji. No,
I
okay, beautiful.
Yeah. You used to work, was it at Whole Foods? You used to work at
Uh,
Whole
no, 5 years I just left.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. 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 It looks like you're doing sewing right now. Are you sewing?
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you do that like I'm wondering if do you if I need some petticoats or I need to get a couple saris and I need like the blouses made, do you do that?
Blouse I can do it. Blouse I can.
You don't do?
It's a long time. I forgot everything.
Oh, okay. How about the saris? Like, do you do the hemming the bottom, putting
Yeah.
the yeah, you do that, and do you how about petticoats? Do you make do you,
Petticoat uh, size and simple, then I can make it.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know why.
Oh, you give me the sample for your petticoat, then I can do it.
Then you make other ones. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so I'm I don't need it right now, but I will eventually need some of them done. Maybe if can I get Leela Manjari to give me your phone number um and then I can text you and
Yeah,
maybe
you can.
yeah,
You
okay, I'll get the phone number from Leela Manjari and then we can arrange someday. Pardon?
Mataji,
Yes?
I can give you.
You want to give it, but the thing is, I'm worried because she might be recording this, and I don't want your phone number to go onto YouTube.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so yeah, I don't want your privacy taken. So I'll ask Leela Mandri, and then sometime when I live an hour and a half away from Chicago from the temple, but I will arrange with you someday to after I'm gonna have to go buy some saris and etc. And after I buy it, then I will text you and let you know. So it might be, maybe a month from now, but I will keep you in mind so you can make some money, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji. You take care and thank you for hearing.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Mataji. You too. How is your baby
My
or
baby,
family?
yeah, my daughter, she's the same age as your daughter and she just got married a couple months ago.
Wow.
She's doing fine. Yeah, she's in Madison, Wisconsin, and she seems very happy. I'm really happy for her. And my son, he's engaged, and he's in Indianapolis, which is like 4 hours, 3.5 hours from here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're moving along, getting their own lives. I'm happy that they're getting husbands, getting wives because it's time. It's time for them. 25 and 30 time. Yeah, I'm thinking of next September, my son will get married, and then I want to move to Mayapur again. I remember. Are you from Mayapur? Yeah, you're from Mayapur, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of moving back?
Not now because Anjali is with me. Oh, Mataji, your recipe. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, yeah. If I end up, I'm hoping. I don't know if you know Sri Devi. She and I are talking to move together. But once I get a place, if you ever come, you can come visit and stay in the place as long as you want.
Yes. You
Okay.
have the house there?
I will have what?
You have a house there?
No, but no, but at first Sri Devi and myself, we're gonna rent, and then once we get, like a year later or something, we'll figure out what we want to do. She wants to buy some land actually, and
Oh,
build a home, and maybe, we're talking possibly doing it together, buying some land, like not too much, but enough to make a garden outside of Mayapur, in the village area outside of Mayapur, and we can do some gardening,
wow.
and then maybe build like a small like two different like apartments right next to each other, like I don't know, like a duplex. I don't know if you know what a duplex is, with two small homes that are next to, like, attached to each other. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's what we're thinking possibly of doing. So,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So it would be nice, like, if we do that, and then all the Chicago devotees can come and visit and stay with us.
Oh my God, it's great. That Sri Devi is
You know Sri Devi?
she's Chandramali Mama's disciple.
Yeah, Chandramali Swami. Exactly. I'm Chandramali Swami also's disciple.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Yeah, and she's right now she's in Louisiana or something, but in a couple months or so, when things, I don't know, she's waiting for some things to happen, and once they happen, she's going to go first, and then I'm going to follow once my son gets married. So yeah, it'll be very nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to
Yes,
get Anjali, and move to move to Mayapur. What are you doing in Chicago?
I know, actually, but we don't have much money,
I
So
know, it takes a lot to make that move. Plane tickets and, oh, yeah. So are you only sewing, or are you doing other things too?
I sewing and I groceries. I
Oh,
do
you are
groceries.
doing grocery store too. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right, yeah. Well, I know things are hard, very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
What to do?
yeah, I know. Anjali, is she working?
Yeah.
Good. So between the two of you, that's good.
Yeah. My sister also lives with me.
Yeah. No. This material world is not an easy thing, huh? Hard.
No, no.
Yeah, hard. Yeah.
Prabhuji here is also.
Mm, yeah. You have your sister there too, right? Does she live with you, or does she live nearby?
One sister is with me, one sister is she married.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
good to have family all around. Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say I have, what did you say?
One, one day we're going to see you soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mataji, I'm going to